Hello there, welcome to the daily news analysis of Rajiv Gandhi IAS Academy. This is me, Nawazish Nihal, and today I'll be dealing with the 10th December daily news analysis. So let's get it on. So, see, the first news is more cyclone in Arabian Sea have happened recently, and this was on a report presented by a minister in Rajya Sabha. So, let us see what's all in the news. So, why this is in news? Because the report was presented and it was said that very severe cyclonic storm have increased in recent years over Arabian Sea, but the good news is it has not measurably increased the threat to India's western coast because most of the landfall is happening over Oman and Yemen. Okay, so it's not happening over Gujarat or Maharashtra. Most of the some of them are still happening, but most of them are happening over Oman and Yemen. That is on the Saudi Arabian Peninsula in the Middle East. So moving on, see the key points in the news are that the numbers of cyclones which are very heavy and extremely heavy rainfall which happened have increased in recent year in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea both, but comparatively the percentage of increasement is more in Arabian Sea because in Bay of Bengal it's already there. And the very severe cyclone has increased. So for this we have to know that what is a very severe cyclone. So a cyclone touching the speed of 220 km per hour is described as a very severe cyclone. See here, this is the distribution of how cyclones are classified into very severe or like super cyclone, so depending upon their wind speed. So see here, between 210 to 215 that comes under severe cyclone and very severe cyclone. So in India this if 220 speed is achieved, kilometer per hour speed is achieved, that will be considered as a very severe cyclone. So moving on, see we have to know the coastal vulnerability of those cyclone of those happening on the eastern ghats as well as the western ghats in the Arabian Sea. So the eastern coast are still more vulnerable. For example, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, these are still more vulnerable to extreme severe cyclone. Okay, and although there is increase in frequency of cyclone over Arabian Sea, but it has not posed a corresponding increase in the coastal vulnerability, means the kind of devastation it is doing on the coast of the western ghats, that still have not happened. So that is thankfully a good thing for India, because these kind of cyclones are making a landfall over the coast of Yemen and Oman, and hence a threat to Gujarat and Maharashtra, as already discussed, is not that much. It remains same, and on an average 60% to 80% of cyclone develop over North Indian Ocean. Okay, that means that comprise of both Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea make landfall, causing loss of life and property. Means only 60%, and not only, means that is still a great number, like 60% to 80% of the cyclones can cause coastal vulnerability and can cause a loss of life and property over the coastal areas. This data is comprised of both Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal as well. So we can see that is still a major problem, and the issue with the coast vulnerability is that those coasts which are low-lying coastal belt of West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, these all are very prone to the cyclones, cyclonic system. So we can use all these things when it comes to our disaster management part, or even like question could be asked in prelims, like the landfall towards the Gujarat and Maharashtra is shifted to which country when it comes to cyclone. So if we are knowing that it's Yemen, so we can definitely say that. And there is this very beautiful question regarding to cyclone, that why Bay of Bengal witnessed more cyclone than the Arabian Sea. So as we have seen that the report have said that although there is this rise in cyclone in the Arabian Sea, but in general Bay of Bengal see more cyclone as compared to Arabian Sea. And in this map you can still see why I'm saying so. So see, these are most of the cyclone prone area, affected areas. So this pink color describe the affected area which are there affected by the cyclone. So we can see most of them are in Eastern Ghats. A majority of them is in Odisha. Okay, both the southern and the northern part of the Odisha. A little portion is there is in West Bengal also. The whole coastal area of Andhra Pradesh is prone to cyclones, and this whole of the Tamil Nadu, means about 70% of the Tamil Nadu is prone to cyclone. And here in Western Ghats, when it comes to Western Ghat, only this much area is Western Ghats. So in this about some parts of Karnataka, coastal parts of Karnataka, and parts of Kerala up till Trivandrum is prone to cyclone. And this is Kathiawar. So in Kathiawar area of Gujarat, they are still prone to cyclone, and also in middle Gujarat, some of the portions are prone to cyclone. So these are the cyclone prone areas of India, and in this, from this map, it is clearly visible that the cyclone are more prone in Bay of Bengal area. So why this happens? So see, as we all know that what happens during cyclone is that there is this low pressure area at the center of the cyclone, and high pressure air comes rushing to fill up this vacuum. There is this vacuum of air in this core of the cyclone. So high pressure air comes rushing to this kind of spot, and there is this Coriolis force, and whole mechanism of cyclone is there. And if you are preparing for UPSC, I will definitely urge you to all to know the mechanism of the cyclone. Anyways, we are also conducting geography classes at this moment, so I will definitely urge you all to have a eye on that class also, because in that we will definitely be explaining the mechanism of cyclone. Anyways, moving on, that why the Bay of Bengal witnessed more cyclone than Arabian Sea. See, the water of Arabian Sea is colder compared to Bay of Bengal, and if the water is hotter, the more the hotter water, more the evaporation is there. More evaporation, more low pressure area is being created, so more vacuum will be created, so more high pressure air would come in, so this will create a cyclonic area. So colder water as compared to hotter water give a less intensity of cyclone. Okay, moving on, Bay of Bengal is much warmer because it is landlocked and has less power wind. Okay, so see here in Arabian Sea, it's not a landlocked area, but Bay of Bengal, as we can see, if from one side it's landlocked by Myanmar, and the other side it is landlocked by the southern peninsula of India. So this landlocked area can help in warming the water, because if some area is open, the water will flow on, and the circulation of the water will happen frequently. But if an area is landlocked, the circulation of water would not happen that frequently, and hence once it gains a heat, it will remain heated for a moment, and not so quickly it will be cooled down. So there is this reason why the water of Bay of Bengal is relatively warmer to the water of Arabian Sea. Similarly, also freshwater rivers from falls into Bay of Bengal. Okay, so that makes water of Bay of Bengal very light. So as lighter the water, more the evaporation. Okay, so as we all know, most of the Indian rivers are east flowing, means from west to east, and whole of the North Indian rivers are east flowing, like Yamuna, Ganga, Brahmaputra. All these major rivers are flowing towards the Bay of Bengal, so they are decreasing the what we can say weight of the salty water of sea. So these are making the weight of Bay of Bengal water light. So this way more lighter water is there in Bay of Bengal, hence creating an environment for cyclone. And also Arabian Sea has more salt content, so we have also seen that salt also plays, salinity of the sea also plays a role in creating a cyclone. So Arabian Sea has more salt content and Bay of Bengal has less salt content, so that's why this is also a reason for that. And also when a cyclone and typhoon in Pacific Ocean is being created, it moves towards Bay of Bengal, okay, and not towards the Arabian Sea, because there is this Indian peninsula, there is this whole South India stopping these waves to go to that location. So this is the reason most of the cyclones and typhoons are trapped in here. So you must be wondering, what is cyclone and what is typhoon? Are these two different things? So Google upon that, and if you know the answer, do tell us in the comment section. Okay, so moving on from this news, there's this NIPER bill passed, which give national importance tag to 6 pharma institutes. So let us see why this was in news. So in Parliament on Thursday, this National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research Amendment Bill is passed, and this gives a status of institution of national importance to 6 more institute of pharmaceutical education and research, and an advisory council also for them. So let's see the key points. So the bill seeks to further expand the Institute of National Importance to these 6 cities, that is Ahmedabad, Hajipur, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Guwahati and Raebareli. So these 6 cities are also given the Institute of National Importance in NIPER. Okay, and this bill also envisages the establishment of a council, a central body to coordinate all the activities of different pharmaceutical institute, and also this will help in research that could bring more patents to India, and this will be done on the lines of IIT. Means all the patent which are been done in the pharmaceutical industry in these kind of campuses, it will be done on the line of IIT. How IIT does this patent, which is quite different. So if in intellectual property right, you have to read all these kind of things, and these kind of things are very important. So question might be asked that which city is there in NIPER, which city has been expanded. So if you are knowing this thing, then you might answer those things. Okay, so moving on, there is this I want to give a brief introduction about what is this NIPER is. So this is National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. Like we have IITs for engineering, NITs for engineering, like AIMS for medicine. Similarly, this is this National Institute of Pharmaceutical for pharmaceutical thing. Okay, and this come under the Department of Pharmaceutical, which came under Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. See, there is this trick in this Department of Pharmaceutical. Although this come under this deal with the making of medicine and all that, but it still come under the Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. So if a question is asked in prelims that from which ministry this department came, so don't get confused that okay, it might be some different ministry, but this pharmaceutical department come under the Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer. Okay, so moving on, the 7 institutes which are functional are at this location. You can see it, and we will also be uploading the PDF of this slide to our Telegram channel. Have a check on that also. And this is conceived to provide leadership in pharmaceutical sciences. Okay, and there is this particular thing about Mohali NIPER is that this is associated with 2 of the global universities, that is Association of Indian Universities and Association of Commonwealth Universities. Mohali NIPER is associated with this 2 kind of thing. So what are the thrust areas of research of this institute? There are total 5 institute, and there is this plus 1 which I will discuss. So this 5 things are tuberculosis, malaria, diabetes, leukemia and immunomodulation. These kind of things this institute deal with. And also when COVID happened, then also corona thing, like HCQ and all that, this institute was also dealing in corona, that how can we make a indigenous vaccine, or how can we make a vaccine available to everyone. So these kind of things was also deal with this institute only. Moving on, see, there's a report came on the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme, and it says that there is this poor fund utilization happening in this scheme. So let us get started. So the performance of center's Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme in a state has not been up to the mark, and this is on a report on the Committee on Empowerment of Women. See, whenever a committee is presenting a report, that is useful for UPSC, because these kind of committees can, although these kind of questions can either be directly asked, or we can cite these committees in our mains answer, or even in prelims these kind of question that can be asked, that Beti Bachao Beti Padhao report have been released by which committee. So Committee on Empowerment of Women have said that there's this poor utilization of fund of Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. So what are the key points? See, it was tabled by Maharashtra Lok Sabha MP Hina Vijay Kumar Gavit of BJP, and it said that empowerment of women through education with a special reference to Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Okay, if table its fifth report, and in this there's this very poor performance, that nearly 80% of funds has been used for advertising only in Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. So we have to definitely improve on this, and we can also write in our mains answer about suggestion part that this can be utilized. And the panel recommended that the government should focus on planned expenditure allocation for sectoral intervention in education and health. Like, they just don't have to put money in that, they have to plan the expenditure on sectoral intervention, means which sector of economy, the education they want to improve, which sector of health, girls health they want to improve. These are the key points of that thing. And let us get know basics about what is this Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao scheme is. So in this scheme there are basically four major objective. First is prevention of gender bias sex selective elimination, that is, we all know that in zygote killing, that is known as bhroon hatya in Hindi, that term is, so that should be eliminated. And also ensuring survival and protection of girl child. A girl child is survived, POSCO Act is there, we can beautify our mains answer with POSCO Act when it comes to girl child protection. So that is there. Ensuring education and participation of girl child. See, the girl child is educated, the girl it get participation in their school. And also protecting rights of girl child, that there's this patriarchy mindset, and all these things are in the social issue of UPSC. So a girl child is protected and its rights are protected. And also it started a multi-sectoral nationwide campaign, and it focused on child sex ratio, that child sex ratio should be improved in the state. And see, the this kind of question can be asked in prelims, because when a big scheme like this happen, they are not just a single ministry deal with that kind of a scheme, but different ministry in that kind of a scheme. So Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme is dealt with Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and also with Ministry of HRD, Ministry of Human Resources Development. So in prelims they might ask a question that Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme comes under first Ministry of Women, second Ministry of Health, third Ministry of Human Resources, fourth all of the above. So if we are not knowing this kind of thing, we might be confused over there. We might click that, okay, Ministry of Women and Child Development, but all these ministries take care of the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Okay, so let us get started with the how this scheme have performed so far. So see how it held, although as we have seen that 80% of these have been scheme have been utilized in advertisement. So advertisement also plays a crucial role when it comes to these kind of social issues. So sex ratio have been rectified. For example, sex ratio has at birth has improved by 16 points, means in 2014-15 at the start of this scheme there was this 918 girls per thousand. Now it's 934 girls per thousand boys. And also, out of 640 districts covered under this scheme, 422 districts have shown improvement compared to 2014 to 2018. And these three districts, Mau, Karnal and Mahendragarh, one of Uttar Pradesh and one of Haryana. Haryana has a poorest sex ratio social fabric. So if something is improving in Haryana, it's definitely a great thing. So in Mau we can see from 694 it came to 951. In Karnal, Haryana, it's from 758 to 898 it came. In Mahendragarh, from 791 to 990 it came. So these kind of scheme, just although the funds have been utilized poorly, but still they are giving fruitful result. So moving on the health part. See, antenatal care. This is also known as parental care. Don't get confused if word like this came in question or during your study. So in health sector, the ANC registration, antenatal registration have increased from 61% to 71%, and also institutional deliveries has increased from 87% to 94%. Means it was 87% in 2014 and now it's 94% in 2019-20. And also in gross enrollment ratio has also been increased from 77.45% to 81.32%. Okay, and this data was provided by Unified District Information System for Education. There is this unified database for all the educational institution which we can get on. Government database is this. And also toilet for girls have been improved from 92.1% to 95.1%. So suppose if in social issues if something is asked like this in main questions, so we can definitely give this data, or at least we if we are not mugging up, there are no need to mug up this thing. We can simply get an idea that okay, sex issue have improved, health has improved, and education has improved due to this Beti Bachao Beti Padhao scheme. Okay, so moving on to the next news, there's this CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industries, has said that we have to treat crypto as a special class of securities, like government securities like that. Okay, so let us get into the news. So cryptocurrencies or digital tokens should be treated as security of a special class, as said by industry body CII, Confederation of Indian Industries. Okay, Confederation of Indian Industry. Yeah. So moving on, the key points in this news are a new set of regulation should be evolved for dealing with cryptocurrency, and it should focus on dealing and custody rather than issuance. Means government should not focus on how cryptocurrency does issue, but government should focus on who is taking care of the cryptocurrency, who is dealing with the cryptocurrency. So that was the key point made by the CII. And also this should be KYC and AML compliance. KYC is know your customer, that whenever a customer is enrolling to cryptocurrency, its full details should be there with the company, so that it can provide it to the government or whenever it is required. And also AML means anti-money laundering compliance. So this cryptocurrency, it isn't used for black marketing or making a disbalance in the financial market. So they have to register it with SEBI, means Security Exchange Board of India. So these kind of recommendation are being provided by CII, that government just not ban the cryptocurrency, because there is this in winter session of parliament, they are going to introduce a cryptocurrency bill. So these are the recommendation made up by CII, that this should be done instead of a banning. So why the government wants to ban cryptocurrency in first place? So the first thing is its sovereign guarantee is not there. Means cryptocurrency are risk to customer, and they have not guarantee that this is a legal tender or not. So the government want to ban this thing for this reason. Also, second is market volatility is so much high. Okay, means it fell from 20,000 to 3,800. Okay, so see, we can see about 17,000, about 18,000 of US dollar have felt in one cryptocurrency. So one Bitcoin, for example. So market volatility is there. And also this risk in security means if suppose if there is this private keys there, if for accessing your cryptocurrency, if a customer lost it, how he gonna redeem the cryptocurrency, or it will be lost forever. So these kind of security issues are also there. And also there is this malware threat, because in some cases private keys are stored by technical service provider. For example, wallets are, for example, in India WazirX is there, or different wallets are there, not just WazirX, different wallets are there which provide cryptocurrency, so they might be prone to malware or hacking. So this threat is also there. And also a big threat of money laundering is there, because cryptocurrency are decentralized, so government cannot just see where this cryptocurrency is going to, who is buying this, who is taking control of this, how it is regulated. So money laundering can also happen in the with cryptocurrency. So these are the main reasons why government want to ban it. Moving on, there are some issue associated with banning cryptocurrencies also. Means government cannot simply ban cryptocurrency at one go, because there might be some issue. For example, if we put a blanket ban on cryptocurrency, so there are no any government backed cryptocurrency, or it is neither privately owned, okay, because they are decentralized. Okay, so if private currency are in 2021 bill, they are saying that they will ban private currency, but government backed cryptocurrency are very difficult to maintain, because these things are decentralized, and if government is backing it, that then they will lose the essence of cryptocurrency, because at that moment they will be centralized. So the government is saying they will ban private cryptocurrency provider. So this thing, if they are banning it, only government thing, then the cryptocurrency should not be there, will not be there, then that will be some different thing. Okay, or and also these kind of things cannot be controlled by any entity, private or public. Like government cannot control it if cryptocurrencies are concerned. And also one issue with banning is brain drain. Means what will happen, that if government is banning cryptocurrency in India, then crypto market will move on to some different countries. For example, what happened in 2018, government said that we are not yet ready to adopt blockchain. So the blockchain market moved to countries like Switzerland, Singapore, and even countries like Estonia and US. So they moved to those kind of country. So if ban is done on cryptocurrencies in India, so the crypto market will also move to some different country, and India will not be able to utilize the resources. So second thing is this with the banning. And also see that technology which is needed for transformation of the cryptocurrency, India will be deprived of that. Okay, because if other countries are adopting crypto technology and India is not adopting, so they will be ahead of the technology terms when it comes to India. For example, Tesla is already taking cryptocurrency, MasterCard is working on cryptocurrency. So if India tries to ban the cryptocurrency, India will be deprived of this kind of technology which is necessary for future. Okay, and also that will lead to a unproductivity thing, because a ban is infeasible, as any person can purchase cryptocurrency over internet. Means they will say that okay, buying cryptocurrency in India is banned, but cryptocurrencies are bought on internet. So some foreign firm can say okay, our company is based in Australia, although risks are there, but people can buy it. So yeah, that will be unproductivity. And also that will be contradictory to Indian policies which are earlier said, because in the draft national strategy on blockchain, Ministry of Electronics and IT held that blockchain technology are very good, transparent and secure. So if we are banning it, we are also taking a lag on the blockchain technology, because crypto are based on blockchain technology. So and these kind of things are very important, because as far as I can remember, 3 times question have been asked in UPSC prelims directly to blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Okay, So these kind of things are important when it comes to UPSC. And as our bill will be passed in winter session, current session, so this kind of things are generally come in light in current affairs also. So that moving on, this kind of things will be contradictory to our earlier policies also. So what are the way forward? The way forward is we should regulate it, not just completely ban it. And cryptocurrency definition should be there by the government, that which kind of things qualify for cryptocurrency. We have to have a strong KYC norms, means we must be knowing who are all the customers of the cryptocurrency. For example, if some irregularity is there or money laundering case is there, government should know that okay, this has happened. And also we should ensure transparency from the crypto provider, okay, so that we can also audit that there is no money laundering, or there is this they are applying to the norms, and the money of common people are not just wasted. And also it will ignite the entrepreneurial wave, because most of the future technologies, they are based on blockchains, and blockchains create cryptocurrencies. So if I from through entrepreneurship, if India can develop blockchain, that will make a push for cryptocurrencies also. So moving on, and this is from Science and Technology, and this is a PIB news. And I will urge you all guys also to follow PIB. On anyways, I will be covering the important topics of PIB in this video lecture. So India's maiden human space mission Gaganyaan will be launched in 2023, after 2 years. So this was said by Union State Minister of State of Science and Technology, that that India's maiden human space mission Gaganyaan will be launched in 2023. Mr. Jitendra Singh have said that, Dr. Jitendra Singh. And he said that the test vehicle flight for validation of crew escape system and the first uncrewed mission of Gaganyaan are scheduled on second half of 2022, means after August period. This is planned. And the second uncrewed mission, first one is crewed mission, second uncrewed mission is will be done at the end of 2022, and it will be known as Vyomitra. So this kind of things come important in prelims. For example, they can ask Vyomitra is associated with, so we have to know that okay, this is associated with Gaganyaan mission. And also the Gaganyaan is demonstrate the capability to send humans to low Earth orbit, okay, and which on launch vehicle which are based in India, that are indigenously developed. And total Atmanirbhar thing is also there, and this do come under Atmanirbhar Bharat scheme. And also in this more than 500 private industries are associated with launch of Gaganyaan. And so this is also a important thing when it comes to Gaganyaan, because it has unlocked the private participation for competitive space market. So as we all know that whenever there is this private participation is then the competition increases, means the quality of the things provided are increases, the cost of the parts will be decreased. So 500 industries are involved in this, and also there is this competition between them. So this will be a unique approach by India, allowing private partners in their space mission. So these are for today. So let us see you tomorrow. Okay, thank you, have a great day.